His opponent will be Jeff Jarrett right here today. Hey, also, Tony Falk will be in the ring today against Nightmare Danny Davis in an interesting bout.
Good one.
And we've got a newcomer to the USWA, New Jack. He'll be teaming up with Mark Freer. Coming up today on Championship Wrestling, Miss Texas is here as well. Got a big one lined up for today.
Oh, you're right. It should be a great one. By the way, we'd like to welcome our new affiliate in Louisville, WDRB Fox 41. Glad to have you folks aboard. We will be back with the opening action here in a moment. Stay with us. Well, Brian Christopher is headed this way before we get going here with USWA Championship action today. Brian, with the Southern Heavyweight title, and Brian, before you say a word here, I just want everybody to know that I've got another contract. This contract stipulates that you will wrestle Jeff Jarrett, defending the Southern title, and I'd just like you to know if you would sign it right here today.
Dave
Put it right
Brown, how many weeks do I have to tell you? How many times do I have to come out here and tell you the answer is no? Did you hear me? Did everybody hear me? Did everybody out there hear me? The answer, Dave Brown, is no.
Okay.
N-O, I'm not signing the contract. And don't just shut your mouth. Let me tell you something, okay? The reason that I'm not signing this contract is because I don't need to sign this contract to wrestle Jeff Jarrett for my belt, because Jeff Jarrett, does not want me to sign the contract. Do you understand me?
He does indeed.
No,
and if
he
you're
does
not going to
not.
sign, before you go any farther, you can say what you want to. Before you go any farther, though, if you're not going to sign the contract, I'd like for you to watch this monitor right here for your next opponent. From the WWF, you'll be wrestling The Undertaker for the title, unless you sign.
What are you trying to pull, Dave Brown? I already beat The Undertaker. I already brought him down there and slapped him around. You understand me? So what are you trying to pull, bringing The Undertaker down there on me one more time, huh? Huh?
I'm not doing it, but that's
Yes, you
the
are. It's a big
promoters have signed
conspiracy.
this match.
It's a big conspiracy against me. Jeff Jarrett, Eddie Marlin, they're all trying to steal my belt any way they can get it. Well, I'll tell you what. I didn't come out here not prepared. Today, I want to get Jeff Jarrett out here. I want Jeff Jarrett to come out here right now. Because you know what, Dave Brown? You got all these contracts. Well, guess what? I got me a little contract right here. I got me a contract right here. And I want to get Jeff Jarrett out here for a minute and tell him just what it says. So come on, sissy boy. We know you're really scared of me. That's the truth behind it. Jeff Jarrett's scared of me, and he don't want me to sign this contract over here.
I think you're wrong. Here comes Jeff right here. And I guarantee you he wants you to sign the contract that says it'll be you against him in a match with a Southern title at stake. I promise you, he wants that contract signed. There's no doubt about it. Jeff, he says he's got his own contract here today.
Jeff Jarrett, I got a big question for you, okay?
Okay.
Jeff Jarrett, do you think you can beat Tony Falk, the legend? Huh? 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 Answer me.
Yes, Brian, I think I can beat the legend Tony Falk.
You think you can beat Tony Falk, huh? Well, what do you think the odds are on that? Do you think it's a 10% chance you can beat him, huh? Huh?
Yeah, I can beat him. I can beat him.
Oh, you do? Do you think there's like a 50% chance that you can beat him?
Maybe a little higher.
Oh,
Maybe.
really? Really? You hear this? Well, Jeff, do you think there's a 90% chance you can beat Tony Falk? Huh? Answer me, boy.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit higher than that.
190. Jeff, do you think it's 100% chance that you can beat Tony Falk, huh? Huh? Answer me.
Well, yeah. Brian, not only 100% chance, I think there's a better chance of a snowstorm happening out there today than Tony Falk beating me.
Oh, really? Really, 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 huh? Huh? So, Jeff Jarrett, what you're saying is you step in the ring and Tony Falk steps in the ring, and there's no way that he can beat you, huh? No way in the world, huh? That's what you said. Well, I want to get Tony Falk out here right now. That means you should have no problem signing this contract I got here with me today. This contract, Dave, let me tell you what it says.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. So with Tony Falk involved here, he doesn't want to wrestle Tony Falk. He wants to wrestle you.
Come here, legend. Jeff Jarrett, this contract I brought out here today says that you wrestle the legend Tony Falk. And if you can beat him, then you get a Southern heavyweight chance against me. But in that match, it's going to be Tony Falk's hair against your hair. Yeah. How does that sound, hot shot? You said there's 100%. There's no way that Tony Falk can beat you. You said it. Came out of your mouth. Right? Then you should have no problem signing this contract. Am I right? Am I right?
I know you don't like those hair versus hair contracts, and, you know, this situation, it's dangerous.
Hair versus hair, me against Tony Falk. No time limit, no disqualification. Have you signed the contract?
I haven't signed it yet. I want to see if you'll sign. I want to see if you're a man, Jeff Jarrett. I want to see if you're man enough to sign it. Hair versus hair. There's no time limit, no disqualification. There has to be a winner. You understand me? Somebody gets their head shaved.
Boy, sign that contract. Let me see Tony Falk.
Come on, give me a pen.
Tony, do you understand this? Hold it. Does he understand what the stipulations are?
You understand?
Yes, I do.
Hair versus hair.
Yes.
Sign it, sign it. Sign it.
I'd be glad to.
Sign it.
You lose, you get your hair cut.
There it is. I signed it.
Okay, now I'll sign it. Right here. If you beat him, I'll put my belt at stake.
You shut up.
Right there. We got the signatures. Now it's your turn, Jeff Jarrett.
I got a bet. Let me see. Hair versus hair, Tony Falk.
That's it.
Monday night, my hair against your hair must be a winner.
That's right.
And if I beat him, I get the Southern title shot I've been working for.
If you can beat him. If you can beat him.
Well, Tony, I just want to tell you something. I really hadn't got anything against you. Matter of fact, I almost admire you, Tony, because when I first started wrestling, everybody knows you had the distinct honor of losing over 57 straight matches. And then from there, over 50, but then from there, you were Boy Tony and Cowboy Tony and Man of the 90s and Driver. And matter of fact, you've tried every avenue you had that you can possibly think of to get a name in wrestling. And now you're going to go and put your hair on the line, and I just want to let you know, not if, but when you lose your hair, this punk won't have nothing to do with you.
Oh,
No.
yeah, right.
Hey.
No, he won't have nothing to do with you.
You can't beat him. You can't beat him. You're scared to sign it. Sign it. Just sign it.
I'll sign this, Tony Falk. Hair versus hair.
We got it. We got it.
Hair versus hair. There it is. Everybody has signed the contract.
making
No
the
time
mistake
limit,
of
no
your life.
DQ.
Now let me tell you something. Far as it goes, I hate your guts. I don't care what you think about me. You are some highfalutin, spoiled brat punk. Now, let me tell you something. I heard what you said out here about your percentage, about 100%. Well, I'm 95% sure that I can beat you. And the way I'm looking at this is this is going to make Tony Falk the legend. Because when I beat you in that ring and we shave your head bald in front of all those stupid people out there, wrestling reporters from all over the world is going to come. They want to interview with Tony Falk. Because I'm the man that beat Jeff Jarrett and shaved his head bald.
Okay. Tony Falk, I just got a few words from you. I'll see you Monday night, and I'll see you bald-headed, and after I shave his head, boy, I'll see you.
Okay, thanks for calling. And don't forget to call back next week, and I'll have some more gossip for you. USWA has given me the opportunity to travel all over the country interviewing the wrestlers when they're not in the ring. And you would not believe the gossip that I have heard. I found out who's dating who, who's really married and who's not, who's leaving the USWA and who's coming. And if you would like for me to share some of this gossip with you, you can call the USWA hotline. Now, kids, if you're under 18, don't forget to check with your parents. Oops, I have another call. Hi, this is Jennifer.
Nightmare Danny Davis in the ring. Referee Paul Neighbors is there, and that on the left is the legend in his own mind, Tony Falk. Brian Christopher is out here with him. Referee has called for the bell, and Corey, we're underway with action. This one should be a good one. Look out for Christopher outside.
Yeah, Dave, we're underway with it with the Nightmare Danny Davis, USWA middleweight champion, in against the legend, Tony Falk. Put Falk in. Good hip toss from Danny Davis. Nice arm drag to take him down, and he starts off the out good on the trail of Tony Falk.
Tony Falk has a great weight advantage over Danny Davis, but you'd never know it by that little exchange right there as Danny Davis came up. Oh, look out. Tony pulled his hair, I think.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Danny Davis has a lot of weight differential and a lot of bouts he's in, but he continues to hold his own. Here in the USWA, had the shoulder spin, only got a 2 count out of it that time from Danny. Shoulder, boy, big one too.
A lot of hair pulling going on by Falk. We saw it happen right in front of us there a moment ago, but now Falk finds himself on the mat.
Again, by the Nightmare Danny Davis. Tony Falk, the legend, with Brian Christopher, the Southern heavyweight champion, in his corner. And Falk goes after Danny Davis, slams him into the turnbuckle.
Does everybody see that? Take a look at the legend, Tony Falk. He's been a changed man ever since he's been with me.
That's Brian Christopher with...
He's changed his ways from losing to winning. And if it wasn't for all this cheating that Danny Davis is doing, he would have done beating by now.
Hey, oh, look at this. Danny Davis takes him down.
Hey, good move from Danny there. Sunset flip, and couldn't get it to stick for the 3, though, Dave.
I tell you, the cheating that I've seen going on so far has been the legend.
All of it. Danny Davis slams Falk right into the turnbuckle. And again, he slams Falk. Whips him into the ropes now. Falk comes off and meets a right hand from Danny Davis. Rolls out of the ring, and he's got to get a little more coaching now from Brian Christopher.
No telling what Christopher told him. Poke him in the eyes, hit him with a fist, take a shovel in there if you can find one.
Falk slams him into the turnbuckle again and goes after Davis. Danny over on the middle rope, and Christopher hauls off and nails him with a right hand.
Referee was trying to back Tony Falk away so that Danny could get off the ropes, and meanwhile, Christopher just seized that opportunity.
Yeah, took advantage of it, too, by nailing away on Danny Davis. Interfering, as usual, from Christopher. Kick from Davis. It staggers Falk, but doesn't get him down. Oh! DDT's Tony Falk. Takes him down to the mat, this Davis. Oh, yeah, Danny Davis picks him up at a big body slam on Tony Falk.
About a 6.2 on the Richter scale when Falk hit the mat that time.
Danny Davis over on the bottom rope. Oh,
look
watch
out.
it. And Brian Christopher pulling a chain out of his tight. He's up on the apron. Davis blocks the right hand from Christopher. But he went after Falk and caught referee Paul Neighbors. Falk just ducked, and Danny caught Paul. Christopher busts Danny Davis with a chain. 1, 2, 3. Tony Falk gets the win with a big assist from Brian Christopher. Can you believe that?
A huge assist from Brian Christopher and the chain. Danny Davis accidentally knocked down the referee. He was over trying to figure out how to help him. Meanwhile, from behind, he smashed. And there is the...
I tell you, he's a winner!
Falk and Brian Christopher celebrating their victory here. The two of them put the chain in there. That's 3 against 1. And, yeah, Danny Davis is telling the referee exactly what happened.
He's telling Paul what went on in there. Referee Paul Neighbors, he's saying that he didn't see it. Danny shows Paul. A little shoving going on in there. And referee Paul Neighbors, he's telling Danny Davis he'll suspend him.
Yeah, he said, get out of here, I'll suspend you. And Danny's saying, all right, I don't want to get suspended, but here's what happened. Look, let me calmly explain to you what happened. Oh, now that's uncalled for.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Come on, Paul.
referee Paul Neighbors shoves Danny Davis.
Hey, here comes Eddie. Here comes help. Stop him, Eddie. He'll get suspended if he hits the referee and a $1,000 fine. That's what Eddie's telling Danny right now.
Boy, you hate to see that whole situation in there. Paul Neighbors, hey, look at Paul. He hightails it out of there quickly, too. He gets out of there when Eddie Marlin comes in to help him. And I don't know what. I don't know.
He used that opportunity wisely, I think. Last Monday night, you were there at the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee. A situation developed between the referee who was here just a moment ago, Paul Neighbors, and of all people, the king, Jerry Lawler. Take a look at what happened.
Same thing, yeah. Paul Lawler's up in the ring arguing with referee Paul Neighbors. He's telling Paul, hey, Papa Shango pulled his skull out and tried to burn me. But the skull just wasn't clicking for Papa Shango. So Lawler pulled his fire out, and as Prentice was coming in the ring, he caught Prentice with the fire. Referee Paul Neighbors disqualifies Lawler, and Papa Shango retained the title. And Lawler, arguing with referee Paul Neighbors, trying to tell Paul, boy, exactly what happened, but it's not working. Referee Paul Neighbors still standing ground that he's disqualifying Lawler, and Papa Shango will retain the title. Hey, Lawler shoved Paul Neighbors, and Paul swung back at Lawler, hit the king.
Well, there he went, Paul Neighbors. But, Paul, I can tell from what happened here today and from the videotape, you seem to be taking an aggressive approach to refereeing these wrestling matches.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of coming out here getting in that ring every week, town from town, and getting blamed for every wrestler comes out here and loses. I'm not the one that's up here having an opponent with their shoulders down. All I'm doing is, as a referee, I go out there and count 1, 2, 3. What they want to do is jump up, get my face, start shoving, pushing. I am tired of it. I've had it up to here.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, you as the official, they expect you to make the call there, and, you know, maybe they feel that something happened that maybe you missed or something like that, and they want to talk to you about it.
Well, I'm not in, this is a job. I'm not out here for a popularity contest. Do you understand that? If a man's shoulder's down, I'm counting 1, 2, 3. It's the same in any sports. You've seen it. All these people see. You go to a ball game. The man's up to bat. It's 2 and 3. The pitcher throws the ball. He watches the ball go by. What does the batter want to do? Jump all over the referee. He don't go out there and jump onto the pitcher, does he? No, it's the referee's fault. The referee don't have the bat. The same thing in football. The man throws the ball. It's intercepted. He runs a 95-yard touchdown. At the 10-yard line, he steps out of bounds. He comes, they call the ball back, but what does he do? Jump on the referee. It's his fault. It's not the referee's fault. I'm not the wrestler. I'm just a referee.
I understand the point you're making, and I must say that you have a valid point. I'm not sure I totally agree with your assessment of the situation that happened today or with the situation with Jerry. And Jerry Lawler, of all people, you know, you're going against Lawler.
That tape you just showed on thing right there. Well, I'll start with Jerry Lawler because he's the biggest crybaby of all.
Paul, well, I won't even get into a discussion with that. But you against Jerry Lawler, for heaven's sakes, you realize what you're getting into. He's a big man.
I know exactly what I'm getting into, but I'm tired of being jumped on. I got a few little strategies myself. You're like Muhammad Ali. I'm going to sting like a butterfly and run like a bee. You got it?
Something like that. I don't think that's exactly the way Muhammad Ali had it, but he is upset, let me tell you. And, well, we saw him run like a bee there a few minutes ago. I tell you what, the King was not happy about that situation, as you could tell from the videotape. King has a few words about that situation right now. King?
You know, I don't think it's any secret to anybody that's ever attended a wrestling match here in the USWA that referee Paul Neighbors has made a lot of mistakes in the ring. Well, let me tell you something. After that match in Memphis, Tennessee, you made the biggest mistake of your entire career, Paul Neighbors. You cost me, first of all, the Unified World Heavyweight Championship, and the only shot that I'll probably get in who knows when to get that title back. You wouldn't disqualify Papa Shango when he brought that skull in the ring that he burned me with last time. And you wouldn't disqualify Papa Shango when that big fat slob Bert Prentice comes up behind me. But you disqualify me when I throw the fire. Well, let me tell you something, Paul Neighbors. That was one mistake. But the big mistake came afterwards. When you got right up in my face, and when I shoved your bad breath out of my face, you come off those ropes and punched me. Oh, boy. I got news for you. You made the biggest mistake of your entire life because you see, Paul Neighbors, you better get ready to get it on because I have got a dream match. A match not just for me, but for every wrestler that you've ever messed around and for every fan that paid their hard-earned money to see a match that you messed up. It's going to be me and you, Paul Neighbors, and I'm going to enjoy this. Like, the last time I can think of a match that I've enjoyed was going to be Andy Kaufman. And you know what happened to Andy Kaufman. Well, Paul Neighbors, get ready, brother, because you and me are going to get it on.
It's going to be an exciting night, Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear the names on the card here and listen to the matches. This one is going to be one you do not want to miss. We'll start with Danny Davis going against Principal C.W. Bergstrom.
And that's the opening bout.
You got it right. Natural Bo Alexander will be in here. He'll be here a little bit later on today. He will be facing another Jeff. He's going to be facing Jeff Jarrett today. Come Monday night at the Coliseum, he has to face the Missouri Tiger, Jeff Gaylord. It's shaping up to be a rough week for Bo Alexander, let me tell you, as he steps in there against Jeff Gaylord Monday night at the Coliseum. Southern Tag titles are going to be on the line, and Rex King and Steve Dahl, with Bert Prentice in their corner, will be going against New Jack and Homeboy. Okay, New Jack, and we're going to introduce New Jack to you a little bit later on. Rex King and Steve Dahl have held these titles, the USWA titles, for quite some time now. They came in from the Pacific Northwest. They say, we are here to win titles. They did it. They've been able to hold on to them. They are the champions, but they will be defending those belts Monday night. Then Ms. Simpson will be going against Ms. Texas.
Yeah, but back alley street brawl rules is what you got to this one.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
That means they're going to try to disrobe their opponent, is what it means.
Gee.
This one should be something to see. Miss Simpson against Miss Texas at the Coliseum. Hair versus hair. We had the contract signing, got it right here in my hand. It has been signed. It is going to be Jeff Jarrett going against the legend, Tony Falk. No time limit, no disqualification. There will be a barber there, and there will be a haircut before the night is over. If Jeff Jarrett can defeat Tony Falk, not only does Falk get his head shaved, Jeff also gets a shot at the Southern title. Yes. That is going to be something to see, I tell you. And Falk says he's real upset with that whole situation. And with Brian Christopher in his corner, that's a whole new dimension to the whole thing. Return grudge match then coming up. The Undertaker will be here to go against Brian Christopher, absolutely. And this one is going to feature the...
Hey, hold on.
Here's Brian. What, Brian?
Hold on.
We got to finish the card if you don't mind.
Hold on. There's been a mistake. Remember, Jeff Jarrett signed the contract, so I don't have to wrestle The Undertaker. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
You made a mistake.
Wait. Jeff Jarrett is wrestling Tony Falk. That's what the contract was all about, wrestling Tony Falk. So
That's
you
right.
still have to wrestle The Undertaker.
And if he beats Tony Falk, then I put up my Southern title. But I don't have to wrestle The Undertaker, so tell everybody you've made a mistake.
Here's Eddie. Here's a promoter right here.
You had a choice to whether you wrestle Jeff Jarrett or The Undertaker. Jeff Jarrett is wrestling Tony Falk. You are wrestling The Undertaker.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Running things around here, big boy. You signed the contract to wrestle. You will wrestle The Undertaker.
No, I will not, Eddie Marlin.
I don't
Hey, well, I'll tell you what. You listen to me, Eddie Marlin. You're going to pay. And Jeff Jarrett is going to pay. And Undertaker, you'll really pay. Because everybody's done made me mad now, okay? You understand me? You understand me? I'm mad. So, Undertaker, you just come on down there and see what Brian Christopher can do when he's mad. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes, big boy.
Brian Christopher has got to face The Undertaker. There's no doubt about it. Christopher almost there, a victim of his own little trap he tried to set up for Jeff Jarrett. I think maybe he just forgot to write that in the contract or something, and it kind of slipped up on him. So as a result, Undertaker from the WWF is going to be here to go against Brian Christopher. I promised you there were a lot of big names on the card Monday night. Listen to this. Unified title will be at stake, and look who is going to be wrestling for it. It's Papa Shango against Owen Hart. Yeah, two of them from the WWF in here in Memphis, Tennessee at the Mid-South Coliseum with the USWA's unified title at stake. But that's not the end of it. We're going to have an added match, a lights-out match. What does that mean? We're going to wrestle in the dark? No, that's not what it means. What it means is after everything else is over, after all the sanction matches are over, then there's going to be one more. But it's going to be wrestler, the King, Jerry Lawler, against referee Paul Neighbors. It's not going to be sanctioned, so it's going to be a lights-out match. And fans, let me tell you, Paul Neighbors, what was it his plan was? Not float like a butterfly, sting. It was...
I think he's going to hit like a butterfly and run like a bee.
Yeah, run like a bee. That's what he said, run like a bee. Well, he better have his track shoes on.
I don't think he'll be doing it in floating. He'll definitely be running, I guarantee
he better have Air Jordans and Reeboks both ready to go when he shows up down there against Jerry Lawler at the Mid-South Coliseum. Monday night, huge night of action coming up at the Mid-South Coliseum. Make your plans to be there.
Hey, one of each for Paul Neighbors wouldn't hurt.
You're exactly right. We're going to be back here with more USWA action.
Yes, sir.
Coming up. Well, before we get action going in the ring, by the way, we got a great match coming up. Bo Alexander against Jeff Jarrett. Here is Miss Simpson. Miss Simpson has asked for a bit of interview time, and we're going to provide that right now.
I would like to say one word to you, Mrs. Texas. I have to explain a few things. Obviously, you don't understand the fine quality that Master Christopher and I are. We're used to soaring with the eagles, and quite frankly, lately, we've been gobbling with the turkeys, and the turkey is you. On Monday, you want to challenge me to a back alley street fight, and everybody knows what a back alley street fight is. She wants to try and humiliate me by shredding off my clothes. Well, I have nothing to be ashamed of, nothing at all. Matter of fact, I'm quite proud of my body. I've been working out really hard lately. Let me show you. This is what a real woman should look like. See my muscles? See how big they are? And if I was you, Miss Texas, as far as your body's concerned, you've got bird legs, skinny little bird legs. Your only hope is to die and hope for reincarnation. We'll see who's humiliated. Monday, we'll see you there.
Well, that's the word from Miss Simpson with her opinion on the match which is coming up. The match is signed. There is no doubt about it. and they'll just settle it in the ring Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. Hey, when it comes to USWA action, there's one source of information that you can find, and that is the USWA hotline. Here's King with a word about that.
1-900-773-5464. That's the number to call to find out everything that's going on in the USWA. I'll be on there. You're going to find out exactly what the King's up to. Not only that, you'll hear from the star of the week in the USWA and a new segment, Jennifer's Gossip. That's right, all the dirt that goes on behind the scenes of the U.S. Wrestling Association. 1-900-773-5464. Call it right now.
There's a word from the King. Apologize for a little technical problem there at the front. The King gets off to a slow start sometimes historically in matches, but he finishes strong, and he did right there with that information about the hotline. Bo Alexander stepping up to the ring right now. He came in here with an attitude. He is going to be going against Jeff Jarrett in action here today. I am looking forward to this one. Let me tell you, it's always great to see Jeff Jarrett in action. We love it when he is able to wrestle with us here on USWA Championship Wrestling. Going against Bo Alexander, who has not been in the USWA that long, but he feels like he is championship caliber material. Corey, we're underway.
Yes, sir, Dave. We're ready to go with it. The natural Bo Alexander coming in out of Beverly Hills, California. And as always treats here on the USWA with Jeff Jarrett, wrestling in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Young man that has came a long ways and is doing great in the USWA. Christopher, of course, is a little upset with him, but a lot of people are with Jarrett, but he can hold his own, let me tell you that. Alexander reaps over him and just kind of does his little strut there. But he better pay attention to Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett walks in after him as Alexander just kind of goes over toward the ropes and tangles up with Jarrett again. Jeff working on the left arm of Bo Alexander. Alexander up against the rope, whips him in now. Alexander goes under, comes back and holds on. Smart move by Bo Alexander, and he calls for a timeout in there now.
And good luck. We don't even have 20-second timeouts here like they do in the NBA, right?
Hey, he was hoping for a timeout over there. Jeff Jarrett, he gave him a little something extra for standing over there. Alexander just kind of standing idle. Oh, he's calling referee Paul Neighbors over there. He's telling Paul he kicked him and
he says, isn't that illegal? Well, it isn't, as a matter of fact. It is not illegal.
Bo Alexander, the natural, in the USWA, tangling up with Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett flips him over. Alexander is telling referee Paul Neighbors he's pulling my hair out. Boy, I tell you. Jarrett flips him over again and continues to hold on to him. And Alexander's complaining again that Jeff pulled his hair. So Paul Neighbors, he's warning Jeff Jarrett about hair pulling in there.
You know, we had Paul Neighbors out here earlier, and he was complaining about the abuse that officials get sometimes. And as I told him, I think that's part of that complaint is very, very legitimate in all sports. But on the other hand, you know, I think most reputable officials will admit that every now and then they miss one. They're not infallible. Paul is developing some kind of attitude here, let me tell you.
Yeah, he has.
Look at this.
Jeff Jarrett is complaining to referee Paul Neighbors.
You know, I think what I'm detecting from Danny Davis, from Lawler a few days ago, and now from Jeff is that, all right, you're going to miss a call every now and then. They just want you to call it the same on both sides of the ring. That's all they have.
Oh, look at that, would you? While Paul Neighbors was trying to get between the two of them, Alexander just reached right over Paul and nailed Jeff Jarrett. Busted Jeff with a right hand. Oh, and again, Alexander. Nailing away on Jeff Jarrett. Takes Jeff now, puts him into the turnbuckle, goes in after him, and follows up after taking Jeff over to the turnbuckle. But look at Jarrett! Fighting back now, Jeff Jarrett. Goes after Bo Alexander, takes him and whips him into the ropes now. Elbow from Jarrett. He's got him covered. 1, 2. Alexander up at 2.
I thought he had it, Corey. I thought he had that 3 count.
I thought he would have had him after catching him come off the ropes in there with that elbow. Suplexes Alexander over. Chops down on him again. Couple of elbows from Jarrett and another cover. 1, 2, and look out.
What is this?
What in the world? Here comes King and Dog. Both Prentice.
Bert Prentice. Oh, and Ed Christopher coming in. My goodness, the dressing room has emptied over there. All of them against Jeff Jarrett. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 against 1.
And look at Bert Prentice over here holding referee Paul Neighbors in the corner. Prentice has got all of his weight right in front of Paul and won't let him move. Here comes Danny Davis. Danny's out to help out Jeff Jarrett. Jeff's on his feet. Nightmare Danny Davis comes to the rescue of Jeff Jarrett. And they both got Christopher in the ring now.
Oh.
Holds on and rolls out of there.
Why, I tell you what, that may have been the smartest move Christopher's made in a long, long time.
Yeah.
If he had gone back across that ring, Jeff was ready to nail him right here today. Well, a few moments ago, we had Miss Simpson out here who had requested interview time, and she was granted interview time. She had some rather insulting things to say, I thought, about Miss Texas and folks in the USWA in general. But here comes Miss Texas right here. Miss Texas will have no trouble, I'm sure, responding to the things said. Her fans got a bunch of, hug for the kids right there. That's nice. Here she comes, Miss Texas right here, and I guess you heard what Miss Simpson had to say earlier.
Yeah, yes I did. Miss Simpson, you British bimbo. Back at a street fight is my favorite. Now Monday night, I'm gonna rip all your clothes off and show off those 2 pig legs of yours. You claim that you're not ashamed of your body? Well, you should be. 'Cause if I had a body like yours, I'd shoot myself.
A word from Miss Texas. Get ready for that one, fans. It is going to be something to see Monday night. Tennessee street fight rules are going to be in effect. There's lots of wrestling action coming up around the USWA, and Corey has some of that for you right now.
Yeah, I got it, Dave. Miss Texas greeting a lot of the fans in the USWA. Let's take a look at USWA Championship Wrestling on tour. Thursday night, June 24th, 8 o'clock, Forest City, Arkansas. Championship Wrestling at the Civic Center there. Jeff Jarrett will be there, as well as Miss Texas. Also, Rex King and Steve Dahl, Brian Christopher, Principal C.W. Bergstrom, all in Forest City, Arkansas. That is coming up Thursday night in Forest City, a big night of action with the USWA. Friday, June 25th, 8 o'clock, Ripley, Mississippi. Back in Ripley at the Ripley High School, you'll see the King, Jerry Lawler, will be there. Jeff Jarrett, C.W. Bergstrom, Miss Texas, the Master of Terror, King and Dahl, Brian Christopher, all lined up for Ripley, Mississippi, coming up Friday night in Ripley, 8 o'clock at the high school. Saturday, June 26th, next Saturday night. Going to be a big night in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Earl Bell Community Center right there on Church Street. The Moondog spots on the card. Miss Texas, as well as Miss Simpson, Jeff Jarrett, the King, Jerry Lawler, all lined up for Jonesboro, Arkansas. Jonesboro, Arkansas. The box office opens at 3 p.m. in Jonesboro. Tickets on sale at Front Page Cafe next Saturday night, 8 o'clock in Jonesboro. Coming up Thursday, July 1st, Ripley, Tennessee, Ripley High School, USWA Championship Wrestling scheduled to be at the football field. If rain prevails, it will be in the gymnasium at 8 o'clock. Bell time, Jeff Jarrett, Jeff Gaylord, Brian Christopher, King and Dahl, Miss Texas, also Master Tara, and C.W. Bergstrom, all lined up for Ripley, Tennessee. Friday, July 2nd, 8 o'clock p.m., Batesville, Mississippi, Championship Wrestling. South Panola High School, the King, Jerry Lawler is there, Jeff Jarrett, King and Doll, C.W. Bergstrom, Miss Texas, Brian Christopher, all lined up for Batesville, West Point, Mississippi. USWA Championship Wrestling in West Point, Friday, July 9th, 8 o'clock p.m. in West Point, Mississippi, there at the Mary Holmes College. Jerry the King Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, Miss Texas, Brian Christopher, Jeff Gaylord, Rex King and C-Doll, C.W. Bergstrom, all lined up for West Point. And Championship Wrestling coming up Friday night in Blytheville, Arkansas. USWA Championship Wrestling in Blytheville, 8 o'clock p.m. there at the National Guard Armory in Blytheville. USWA Top Stars will be there. And coming soon, Collierville, Tennessee and Huntington, Tennessee. That's USWA Championship Wrestling on tour. A lot of it, too.
Oh, it's a full summer of action in the USWA with lots of wrestling action, lots of softball action, too, and other things. The King, as usual, has some special events going on. I think he's at one of them right now. Let's go to the King for a report on his activities coming up.
Thanks, Corey and Dave. As you can see, we are right now, right at this very minute, we're at a Rodney Baber softball complex here in Memphis, better known as James Road, and the 5th annual Jerry Lawler Redman Softball Classic is in progress right now as we speak. Going to be going on all day long today. The Kings are still out here playing, button heads with some of the best softball teams in the entire country. About 40 teams in this tournament today, so if you want to come on out and see some good softball action, as I said, going to be going on all day long here at James Road, and guess what? Absolutely free. So come on out here and see some great softball. Speaking of great softball, tomorrow afternoon, want to mention that the Kings, my team is going to be up in Grand Junction, Tennessee. Every year we go up there and play a big doubleheader against the Stompers, and we're going to be up there tomorrow at 2 o'clock at City Park in Grand Junction, Tennessee, taking on the Stompers tomorrow afternoon. So we want to invite everybody up around that area to come on out and see the King. All right, and boy, don't forget about Monday night. I can hardly wait. Paul Neighbors, oh, you have done it now.
Well, I tell you what, Corey, for the last few days, I'm sure it's been about the same with you. I have been hearing from wrestling fans everywhere regarding this King of the Ring action that happened involving Jerry Lawler and Bret Hitman Hart. Take a look at this right here. Watch this. Well, there it was. The aftermath of the King of the Ring there in the WWF, and Lawler doing what he felt he had to do. I think everybody knows how he feels about the WWF and their officials and fans and all that sort of thing. Well, I don't have to tell you. He can tell you himself right here.
You know, a lot of people are wondering just exactly what was the cause of the little incident that happened at the WWF's King of the Ring tournament. Well, let me give you a little bit of a history lesson about Bret Hart. A few months ago, the WWF stormed into Memphis, Tennessee, and Bret Hart got confronted by Jeff Jarrett. Jeff went down to the matches at Memphis at the Pyramid and just basically issued a challenge. And Bret Hart said, "Oh, sure, Mr. Jarrett, I'll be glad to defend the title against you. Just some other time. Just give me a call, I'll get back with you." Well, I know for a fact that Jeff gave a lot of calls to the WWF. Calls, telegrams, everything you can think of. But did he ever hear from Bret the Hitman Hart? No. Because we found out then that he was not a man of his word. And then I told everybody in the WWF, I said, look, what are you having a King of the Ring tournament for when there's already only one King of Wrestling? I told them all that. I warned them. And then I told them before that, whoever wins that tournament, I'm going to introduce them to the real King of Wrestling. And that's exactly what happened. Now, Bret the Hitman Hart won the tournament, and I showed him who the real King was. Everywhere I go, people come up to me and say, "Hey, King, when are we going to see the old King? When are we going to see the guy that we started calling the King around this area?" Well, the old King is back, and Bret the Hitman Hart knows it. I don't go around calling myself Macho Man Jerry Lawler. I don't go around calling myself Hitman Jerry Lawler. I don't go around calling myself Superstar Jerry Lawler. So yeah, I resent it when somebody tries to call themselves the King. Well, now I think Bret the Hitman Hart knows who the real King is, just like everybody around the USWA has always known. I am the King and will always be.
Hey, we got a match coming up right here very shortly. But first, here comes New Jack right here. And New Jack, well, I thought Mark Freer was going to be with him, too. He greets some of the fans. Yeah.
Dog and Dr. Dre is at the dope, ready to make an entrance, so back on there. Before I have to pull the scrap out the cut, give me the microphone
New Jack.
so I can bust like
Greetings from the fans as he comes this way, and New Jack. Want to get a comment or two from you, and again, I really thought Mark Freer was going to be here with you today, but we're glad to have you.
Yeah, Mark had called me, you know, I was in California a couple of days ago, and he called me, and he said that, you know, he was having some problems, you know, he really wasn't satisfied with the way everything was going, you know, with the way he was wrestling, you know, and I told him, I said, Mark, what you need to do, you know, I said, you need to go back to your roots, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, man, you know, he said, I feel like physically I got everything going on, you know, and as far as things in the ring, you know, he said, that's going on. He said, but it's just, he said, I'm not happy with just, you know, the way that people are accepting me. And I told him, I said, what you need to do is just go back and dig up your root, find yourself, and then you come on back and be yourself. I said, don't try to impress nobody, you understand? I said, just, you know, go for yourself. And Mark is no longer with us as far as the guy that y'all knew, you understand? Now, my partner is the homeboy, you know what I mean? And he gonna come out here, and we done put something together, and we get ready to hook it up.
All right, so you're going to be wrestling as New Jack and the homeboy. And oh, here he comes, right here. Well, definitely a new look for Mark Freer, no doubt about it.
That's right. That's what it's all about. He's doing his own thing now, and he happy with it, and both of us happy with it.
All right, so you... Yeah, well, I see. So you've sort of been coaching his attitude to help him kind of get the proper mental frame of mind, I guess, to get in the ring. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's it. You know, he got a whole different attitude, and as far as in the ring, his attitude is different. As far as out of the ring, is different. But like I said, he's just being himself, and you're gonna see a big change in him.
Well, I tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys together as a tag team. We've got the match scheduled right here, right now, as a matter of fact. We'll get some opponents out here, and we'll see you guys in Oh, Mark wants to hear the bass line, he says there a little bit. Crank it up, he said. Oh, the bass line's gone away. But the opponents are here. Oh, Mark's feeling good. You know, I'm glad to see that. I mean, you know, mental attitude has a lot to do with a lot of things. And, you know, maybe getting together with New Jack and the homeboy, they're going to be called now. So New Jack and homeboy will be climbing into the ring against the Scorpion and the Shadow. This match, USWA action here today. Boy, we've had a good one today. A lot of things going on. Jeff Jarrett got a victory in a match a few moments ago by disqualification when about half the town all of a sudden showed up in the ring against him. It was about 6 or 7 against 1 at one point. He almost got to Brian Christopher, but Christopher wisely, I think, from Christopher's standpoint, ran out of here. All right, enough about that. Let's see these guys in action right here. Here's Corey.
Yeah, to be our first look at New Jack and a new Mark Freer's homeboy. His partner, New Jack and homeboy, teaming out 1 fall, 15 minutes in time for USWA Championship Wrestling. Boy, what a great one we've had here today, as always. New Jack hangs out with a Scorpion. Takes the big Scorpion down. That's a task. On that left arm of the Scorpion.
Saw New Jack before the program began here today, and just to say hello to him, and we were glad to have him in the USWA. I said, is there anything we can tell the folks about you? He said, yeah, tell them I get very upset when they pull my hair.
Yeah. New Jack.
Great attitude.
New Jack. Yeah, great attitude. Young guy in the USWA. He wrestles in out of California, and he's going after the big Scorpion now. Takes the Scorpion into the ropes. Oh, dives on him and takes the big guy down.
Right.
Oh, look at the Scorpion. He's trying to fight back. Tags his partner, the Shadow, and the Scorpion and the Shadow kind of doing a little double teaming in there. Shadow goes after New Jack, whips him into the ropes, goes in, but nobody home for the Shadow.
New Jack just let him make his own mistake, and New Jack picks him up. Homeboy up on the top rope. Whoa, big forearm across the back. And Mark, well, used to be Mark Freer, now homeboy takes over.
Yeah, big power power slam from homeboy. Let me tell you, whatever you call him, this guy can wrestle. I like the looks of him. Good elbow. Drops down on the Shadow. 1, 2. And the Shadow just barely lifts up and breaks the count. That's enough to break the count.
He was very close to being pinned and close to a victory for New Jack and Homeboy right here, but the action continues.
Homeboy tags his partner, New Jack, and Jack comes in. Put a big forearm on the Shadow. Whips him into the ropes now. Sets up the Shadow. And a big power slam on the Shadow. 1, 2. Boy, the Shadow barely with enough strength to kick out. He's taken 2 power slams in the last 30 seconds just about. Suplex from New Jack, and homeboy comes in, drops a knee down on him. Oh, look at this.
What is this? Prentice and Simply Divine. Tell me, what's Prentice doing? Prentice is dancing around and...
Hurt this, boy. Come on, Prentice, what do you want?
We would appreciate it if you guys would leave.
You have got to be kidding me. Come on here, no, Mark Freer's going to be a homeboy. Are you kidding? This is nothing more than a Jabroni Express. This is a rip-off. Well, I cannot believe, Dave Brown, that you're out here even endorsing this. They come out here trying to pass themselves. They're 2 losers.
I tell you what, I can't believe you're out here. The fact that you come out here when you shouldn't be here kind of tells me that maybe you're a little bit worried about this new tag team.
The boys can't wrestle and the shirt can't dance. Are you kidding? Come on. God. What a waste of...
Where'd they get those Mr. T starter kits?
What is this? I mean, Mark Freer coming out of the closet is one thing, but this is ridiculous. What?
Oh, hey, come on. You guys get out of here. Come on now. Hey.
Come on, Bert.
That stuff.
Point out here insulting everybody.
Yeah.
Let's speak for themselves in the ring.
Oh, Mark Freer, homeboy, I'm going to dig down in my soul, and I'm going to make him a star. No matter how you dress him up, a loser is a loser is a loser.
Well, go ahead and have fun, Bert Prentice. Go ahead and have fun. Look at this. Mark Freer with a great drop kick. Puts the Shadow down on the mat. There's a count of 1, 2. Almost, Corey.
Yeah, Shadow kicked out of it. Prentice, King and Doll out of here insulting New Jack and homeboy. Doing the glide and all of that old stuff. Come on, Prentice.
Insult to our great USWA wrestling fans.
Do you mind if the match continues here, Bert Prentice? And get King and Doll out of here. I don't like them that close to the ring over here during a match, a legitimate match which is going on. 2 against 2, tag team rules. They've got no business out here at ringside, and you have no business out here either.
We're digging down in our roots and getting a little soul, and we're just getting down with them. They want to get down. We get down.
They call the fashion police and arrest that man.
New Jack is in the ring now.
Come on, Bert. Eddie Marlin, are you kidding? Oh,
how'd you like that, huh, Bert? Did you see that? Did you see that move New Jack just put on his opponent?
Anybody gets lucky once, dude.
How about that, Bert? Is that twice? He got lucky?
Come on, New Jack, show us something. The Shadow kicked out.
There's a tag made, and here comes Homeboy in right now. New Jack and Homeboy. The former Mark Freer with the Shadow in trouble here in the match.
Big snack and home fries.
There's a cover. Got a count of 2. Interference from outside. He would have had it.
Brown, you know what I think? Mark Freer, he sure does stink.
Bert Prentice out here having fun, celebrating, insulting this newly formed tag team.
I think his friend Jujak has made it worse.
He had the cover there until Scorpion interfered in it. It looked again like he was going to have the count of 3. New Jack is headed this way.
Yeah,
and,
here comes New Jack.
Let me tell you something. If you got a problem with us, you know what I'm saying? You get these clowns in the ring. You understand? You get these clowns in the ring. All right? You obviously don't know who I am. I don't care who you are. You obviously don't know who I am. Don't push me, Paul. You got it?
Ooh, well, that's... Oh, look out behind.
Boy.
King and Doll jumping New Jack.
Paul called him for the bell. I'll get over here and ring it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Prentice over here insulting this team. Here's the homeboy. Look out.
Yeah, homeboy comes out to help his partner, New Jack, and Prentice had King and Doll over here, all jumping on New Jack over here.
Now they're up there in the ring. The homeboy, New Jack, heads that way. Prentice made a mistake. We'll see about the mistake. I think maybe you made the mistake, Bert Prentice, out here with the insults.
Now, look at Prentice.
Hey, look at this. Prentice knocked back out of the ring, and King and Doll being run out of the ring by New Jack and homeboy. Look who's still standing in the ring. It is not the champions. They're headed out of here.
Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble, cause ain't nothing but a G-thing, baby.
We told you earlier, we've got a huge night coming up Monday. We've got a big day here today.
Big day today, but boy, I can't wait till Monday night. Going to be a big night at the Coliseum.
Opening match. The principal is going to be here.
Yeah, C.W. Bergstrom against Danny Davis. And that's just the opening bout. 8 big bouts coming up Monday night down to